I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis late in my life, like about, I was like 37. And like at that time, my lung capacity started a little bit deteriorating. Then some of the doctors suggested to get a lung transplant. And every time I heard the word transplant, I called it like the T word. I got so scared and I ran and I literally went to another doctor, and after like visiting 9 different doctors, I just couldn't put it off any longer, and I went to meet Dr. Lederer at New York Presbyterian.
She came to see us at just the right time when we had opportunity to educate her about her disease and really get her both medically, physically, and psychologically ready for lung transplantation.
About 6 months later, I was put on the active list in June of '08. And I was on the active list for about a year, and I went to the hospital for a routine blood test. And afterwards, I just felt too tired, too exhausted to even go home.
I admitted her directly to the hospital from my office, and within, I think, 48 hours, she was in the ICU on a ventilator.
She wasn't really improving on the vent support that we were providing. So we knew that we had to do something different for her, because if we didn't, then her chances for getting a lung transplant were really quite small.
And so for a patient facing a lung transplant, the last thing you want to deal with is muscle weakness, deconditioning, malnutrition from prolonged stay on a ventilator in a bed in an ICU.
And the next thing I know, it was July 4th, and I woke up in the ICU on the ECMO, and the rest is history. Then I became the ECMO girl that was on ECMO for 18 days without an intubator.
Only 6 people in the world have successfully had as long a stay on ECMO as Lisbeth had awaiting lung transplant.
Our team of pulmonologists and transplant surgeons had discussed this in advance, and Lisbeth just happened to be the first patient that sort of presented as an ideal candidate for this intervention.
The ECMO uses what we call an extracorporeal circuit and functions like a lung. So we actually drain blood, usually from a vein, out of the body. This blood travels through tubing in through a machine, so it allows us to put oxygen into the blood and remove carbon dioxide from the blood, and then that blood is, through tubes, then put back into the body, into an artery or vein.
Normally on ECMO, you're not awake, so you really can't socialize or anything with the patient. Since she was awake, she was working from her computer, she was talking to us. She always was positive and in great spirits.
Every day I was working out while I was on the ECMO, and I was eating and drinking and everything, and I got in much, much better shape for the transplant.
Each day was a day of improvement for her. So while we were concerned, at the same time we were very happy to see that she was getting stronger, because that was going to enable her to do better with her lung transplant when the time did come. It just took quite some time for that to happen.
For Lisbeth to wait that long on a ventilator, she may have ended up with some of these ventilator-associated complications, and that maybe she would have come off of the transplant list.
They came to get me at 6 in the morning, and they wheeled me down to the OR.
She had a lung transplant. She's coming back. She looks 10 times better than she did when she was in our unit. When you see someone like Lisbeth, gone through all those hardships and then, henceforth so much better, it just makes you feel proud to be a nurse or a part of the team that helped her get this far.
And once I was upstairs in my room, I was in heaven. That minute on was getting better and better. And once I reached rehab, it was the same thing. I was just getting better and better and better.
So we worked on endurance with her, we worked on strength with her, we worked on flexibility with her to get her back to a functional level that replicates what she was hoping to do and able to do beforehand is very gratifying.
And my last day in the hospital, I said I want to go up to the bridge, and I walked across the bridge and achieved my goal.
I mean, she really is a miracle. For her to now running in the park is really amazing.
And just enjoying every day and appreciating the lungs and getting the second life back. Now I realize it, what it was and what it means.